This is Halloween, this is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. What's going on, everybody? Today we're gonna be having some fun on the CNC. This is gonna be my first CNC YouTube video and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna be making some super simple wooden box jack-o'-lantern things. With the holidays coming up, I'm sure you're just like me and you kind of want to make a little more cash. And I think that these little jack-o'-lanterns are going to be a quick little money maker for me. I will have a link down below for the CNC files if you guys are interested in them. And other than that, let's get started.
Now obviously we can't do a CNC project without using some sort of software. Me, I like to use Easel just because it's something that I started with and I'm still familiarizing myself with design and the CNC together. Easel is a super easy program and I've really enjoyed my time working with it. So these files come with the box around the faces, so that way your CNC can cut out the box and all of your pieces are equal, but I forgoed that. I wanted this thing to be pretty rustic and I just wanted the natural cedar to be on the sides of the box. So I took out those sides and I just put the face on there. And once you have your face on there where you think you're gonna like it, then we can get to the fun part, which is the woodworking. Something important to note, these cedar picket fences are not flat. I would be amazed if you found one that was flat. So just keep that in mind when it comes to picking your bit and lining up your CNC. Here I'm using a downcut spiral end mill bit, and that's really going to help me get a clean face on the jack-o'-lanterns, and I won't have to worry about any sort of tear out. One thing I realized throughout this project is that I really don't like working with these cedar picket fences because they're just not flat and they take a lot of hold downs and a lot of preparation to work with. Here I think that, 2 is probably good, and then I come back, I add 3 just because I don't know what this wood is gonna do and I'm not gonna test it. But as long as you have your hold downs down well enough, I don't think you should have anything to fear. So I designed each of these boxes to be different heights, but they are all the same width. Yeah, they're all the same width. So each picket fence is about 5.5 inches wide. So all I had to do was cut all 4 sides to the right height, and then I would have a perfect box. And I don't have to worry about any extra steps in the process. It's just a simple 4 cuts and you're done. That really helps speed up the process. Well, we ran into a little bit of a problem here. And this is exactly what I'm talking about with the cedar fences not being flat. Even though I had tabs put in on this piece, the machine cut right through them because the piece was cupped and the bit just ended up going deeper than I thought. Well, I guess there's no time like the present to put out just a little PSA. Make sure that you're watching your CNC, especially with new projects. If you are unfamiliar with the wood or you're unfamiliar with the project, make sure that you are closely monitoring your CNC. I know that it's really easy just to set it and forget it, but a CNC is probably something that you shouldn't do that with. Now, if you're in your shop and you can still hear it going and stuff, I think that's okay, because at least you can hear it if it's having a problem and you can run over and stop it. But don't leave the room, just be around. Luckily I was here and I was actually filming, and so I was right by the CNC so I could hit stop real quick. But if I wouldn't have, I might have had a broken CNC, and I've already had that once, so I don't want that again. Anyways, let's get back to the project. So luckily nothing really bad happened to the CNC, and also nothing bad happened to the workpiece. But as you can see here, I could just pull all of the pieces out, which they should have been tabbed in. Which is annoying, but it is what it is. A good way to fix that is to use some double-sided tape along the bottom part of your project and that should help hold pieces down to the table even if they are cut completely away from the piece. Or in the CNC world, the tabs fail. Yeah, I'm learning some stuff. Anyways, I'm not going to show the machine cutting all of the pieces again because you've seen it, you'll understand it. With a downcut bit, you're definitely going to have some blowout on the back side of your piece. That, plus, if the tabs work, you're going to have some flush trim work to do over on your router table. That pumpkin face was definitely the cleanest cut that I got for all three of the pumpkin faces that I did. So for me, somebody getting into CNC work, I think these are a perfect project. They're not too complicated, they're super simple to lay out, and they don't take a lot of time. Plus, they're super cheap. I think if you use picket fences, which I wouldn't, I would just use regular cedar, but do as you will. Picket fences are anywhere between like $3 and $5, I think, and you can get at least 1.5 boxes out of one picket, depending on how tall you want the boxes to be. So cutting them out doesn't take a long time. You don't have to design them because I have your files, and assembling them took, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. And all I used to assemble these was a little bit of wood glue and some pin nails. I was going to use brad nails, but I didn't want the nails to be too visible. And I'm not counting on the nails to be there for strength. They're mostly just there to hold the glue together, which is definitely going to bring a lot of strength to these boxes. I opted not to put a top on them just because I felt like it would look a little funny. Plus I knew I was going to be putting real candles in these, and putting a lid on it, that's definitely a fire hazard. But man, these things are fun, I will give them that. They're super easy, super simple to make, and they're a super quick build.
Man, that was a fun little project. I'm still kind of getting used to the CNC, and so obviously we had some things that I had to figure out, but I think that these little guys came out pretty cool. I think the thing that I like most about this is that you could do these boxes in a ton of different ways. You could do them kind of rustic like I did, where you leave the cedar picket and you just don't really touch it. Or you could sand it all down and give it a little bit more of a cleaner look. Or something that my wife wants is she wants it super cleaned up and then painted orange. To each their own. I mean, any way you make these things, I think that they're gonna look super cool. My kids have been playing with these all week as well. We already put candles in them, we put them out in our front yard, and we let them go. And they look awesome. Me and my wife did have a slight concern about putting an actual fire in this thing, and I was curious to see if it would have been a fire hazard, but I think as long as you don't have a top on it, I think it'll be okay. Because these things sat out for probably 8-9 hours with a real candle inside of them, and I had no problem. But if it does concern you, you can always get one of those little LED candles and put those in there, or just really any sort of a light. And like I said, there's a ton of different ways that you could do these. Just like a regular jack-o'-lantern, I don't think there's any wrong way to do them. It really is a really cool way to express your creativity and just to show people a little bit of you. I did want to point out, with this one I had a little bit of a problem. I cut the face too close to the edge, and if you look closely enough, you can actually see the picket through the teeth. Now, is it a huge deal? No, I don't think so. It still looks really cool in the light. But to someone like me who cares about the quality of their work, the next ones I make, I'm probably gonna make the face a little bit smaller. You just need to make sure that you're taking into account the width of the picket fence behind the face, and so that way the face sits inside of this box. But all in all, I had a great time doing this. I love having the CNC in my shop. I think this was a really fun video, and I think that it was a really fun project. Let me know what you guys think of this project as well down in the comments, and give me some ideas on some cool box jack-o'-lanterns that you guys would make. I would really appreciate it if you guys liked the video, and of course subscribe to my channel. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me for those who stick around and watch the entire video. My biggest platform that I'm on right now is definitely Instagram, so make sure you head over there and give me a follow and send me a DM on the things that you're working on. I love seeing projects that other makers are working on. Alright guys, that's it for me. Be good, be safe, be happy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!